Welcome to my channel. Tell me honestly, do you listen to English every day, but when you try to speak, your mouth becomes silent? You know the words, but the words do not come out at the right time. This is not because you are weak. This is because your mouth has not practiced real English conversations enough. Today, you will learn a powerful method called shadowing. You will copy real conversations, follow real rhythm, and build natural speaking habits. Stay till the end, because this one practice can change the way you speak English. Chapter 1. Why listening alone does not make you fluent. Many English learners believe that if they listen to English for many hours, they will automatically become fluent. They watch videos. They listen to podcasts. They hear English stories. They play English lessons while walking, eating, or sleeping. And yes, listening is very useful. Listening helps your ears understand English sounds. Listening helps your brain meet new words again and again. Listening helps you become familiar with the language. But here is the painful truth. Listening alone does not train your mouth to speak. Listening gives English to your brain, but speaking needs your tongue, lips, voice, breath, confidence, and timing. If you only listen, you may understand English, but when someone asks you a simple question, your mouth may still stop. You may think, I know this sentence, but why can I not say it? This is where many learners feel broken, but they are not broken. They are only missing active speaking practice. Think about a person who watches cooking videos every day. That person may know the recipe. He may know the ingredients. He may know the steps. But if he never cooks with his own hands, can he become a real cook? No. Watching helps, but doing builds the skill. English speaking is the same. You can listen to 1,000 conversations, but if your mouth does not practice those conversations, your speaking will stay weak. You may understand the speaker, but you will not be able to answer naturally. This is why many learners say, I understand English, but I cannot speak. The reason is simple. Understanding and speaking are connected, but they are not the same skill. Understanding is receiving. Speaking is producing. Receiving is easier. Producing needs training. When you listen, your brain says, I know this. But when you speak, your brain must choose words, arrange them, pronounce them, use the right rhythm, and control fear at the same time. This is a lot of work. That is why your mind becomes slow. That is why you hesitate. That is why you translate from your language. That is why you say again and again. You are not failing because you are not intelligent. You are struggling because you have not repeated real spoken English enough with your own voice. A silent learner cannot become a strong speaker by staying silent. This may sound hard, but it is the truth you need to hear. If you want your mouth to speak English, you must train your mouth in English. Another mistake many beginners make is that they learn English like a school subject. They study rules. They memorize grammar names. They write meanings in notebooks. They collect vocabulary lists. These things can help, but they are not enough for speaking. Real speaking is fast. Real speaking has emotion. Real speaking has pauses. Real speaking has short answers. Real speaking has small, natural phrases. People do not speak like grammar books. People speak in simple patterns. They say, How are you? I'm good. What about you? That sounds nice. Let me think. I don't know exactly. These small phrases are the real tools of conversation. If you only study rules, you may know English on paper, but you may not feel English in your mouth. This is why shadowing is powerful. Shadowing changes you from a silent listener into an active speaker. When you shadow, you do not just hear English. You copy it. You follow it. You speak it. You train your mouth to move with English. You teach your brain that English is not only something to understand. English is something to use. This is the big change. The moment you start using your voice, your learning becomes alive. Your ears, brain, and mouth begin to work together. You start noticing how words join together. You start feeling the rhythm of sentences. You start understanding where the speaker pauses. Slowly, English stops feeling like a strange subject and starts feeling like a habit. So do not blame yourself if you have listened for months or years and still cannot speak well. The problem is not your age. The problem is not your memory. The problem is not that English is impossible. The problem is your practice style. You have been feeding your ears, but your mouth is hungry. You have been training your understanding, but not your speaking muscles. From today, you must change your method. You must stop being only a watcher. You must become a speaker. You must take real conversations and copy them with your own voice. That is the bridge between passive listening and active fluency. And in the next chapter, you will understand exactly what shadowing means and how even an absolute beginner can start it without fear. Chapter 2. What shadowing really means. Shadowing means you listen to English and speak with the speaker, almost like a shadow follows a person. When the speaker says a sentence, you follow that sentence with your own voice. You try to copy the sound, the rhythm, the stress, the pause, and the feeling. You are not only repeating words like a machine, you are copying the natural movement of spoken English. This is why it is called shadowing. A shadow does not walk in a different direction. A shadow follows. In the same way, your voice follows the speaker's voice. At first, you may be slow. You may miss words. You may pronounce words wrongly. That is normal. The goal is not to be perfect on the first day. The goal is to train your mouth to move in English every day. Many beginners misunderstand shadowing. They think shadowing means listening to one sentence, pausing the audio, and repeating it one time. That is useful, but that is only the beginning. Real shadowing is more active. You listen and speak almost at the same time. You do not wait too long. You do not translate every word. You do not stop after every small mistake. You keep moving with the speaker. This teaches your brain to follow English speed and rhythm. It also teaches your mouth to speak without overthinking. At the start, this may feel difficult. Your mouth may feel heavy. Your tongue may feel slow. But after practice, the same sentences become easier. This is how speaking habits are built. For absolute beginners, shadowing should not start with fast movies, difficult news, or native speakers talking too quickly. That can make you tired and frustrated. You should start with graded conversations. Graded conversations are simple conversations made for learners. The words are easy. The sentences are clear. The speed is not too fast. The situations are real. For example, two people talking about breakfast, work, shopping, family, study, travel, or daily routine. This kind of conversation is perfect because it gives you useful English. You do not need strange words in the beginning. You need real words that you can use today. You need sentences like, I am going to the market. Can you help me? I had a busy day. What do you usually do in the morning? These are simple, but they are powerful. There are 3 easy levels of shadowing. The first level is listen and understand. You play the conversation and only try to understand the main meaning. You do not worry about every word. You ask yourself, who is speaking? What are they talking about? What is the main idea? This step prepares your brain. The second level is repeat slowly. You pause after each line and repeat it clearly. You try to copy the pronunciation. You open your mouth. You speak loudly enough to hear yourself. This step prepares your mouth. The third level is speak with the audio. You play the conversation again and try to speak at the same time or just after the speaker. This step builds rhythm and fluency. These three levels make shadowing easy, safe, and powerful for beginners. Do not make the mistake of thinking that shadowing is only for pronunciation. It is much more than that. Shadowing teaches sentence structure without boring rules. It teaches common phrases without long memorization. It teaches confidence because you hear yourself speaking English again and again. It teaches natural speed because you follow real voices. It teaches emotion because you copy how people sound when they are happy, surprised, serious, or polite. When you shadow a real conversation, you learn the full body of English. You learn how English sounds in real life, not only how it looks on a page. One powerful thing about shadowing is that it gives you a speaking partner even when you are alone. Many learners say, "I have nobody to speak English with." That may be true, but it cannot be your excuse forever. With shadowing, the audio becomes your speaking partner. The conversation becomes your practice room. Your phone becomes your teacher. You can practice in your room, in a quiet corner, while walking, or before sleeping. You do not need to wait for a native speaker. You do not need to feel shy in front of other people. You can begin alone. You can make mistakes alone. You can repeat alone. Then slowly, when real speaking time comes, your mouth will not feel completely empty. Remember this clearly. Shadowing is not magic, but it is training. And training changes skill. If you do it once, you may feel nothing. If you do it every day, your mouth starts waking up. You begin to recognize common patterns. You begin to speak with better rhythm. You begin to stop translating every small sentence. Your brain starts saying, "I have heard this. I have said this. I can use this." That feeling is the beginning of fluency. Now that you understand what shadowing really means, you need to know why real conversations are the best material for this practice. Because random sentences can teach words, but real conversations teach life. Chapter 3. Why real conversations are better than random sentences. If you want to speak English in real life, you must practice English that sounds like real life. This is why real conversations are much better than random sentences. Random sentences can help you learn words, but they do not show you how people actually talk to each other. A random sentence may say, "The boy is reading a book." That is fine. It teaches grammar and vocabulary. But real conversation teaches you how one person speaks, how the other person answers, how the topic changes, how people react, and how small phrases connect ideas. Real English is not one lonely sentence standing alone. Real English is a flow between people. One person asks, another person answers, one person reacts, another person explains. This is what you need to practice if you want to speak naturally. Think about daily life. When you meet someone, you do not give a long speech. You say simple things. "Hi, how are you?" "I'm fine, thanks." "How was your day?" "It was good, but a little busy." "What did you do?" "I went to work and then came home." These sentences are not difficult, but many learners cannot say them smoothly because they have not practiced real conversation flow. They know the words day, busy, work, and home, but they do not know how to connect them quickly in speaking. This is the power of real conversation practice. It teaches you ready-made speaking patterns. You stop building every sentence from zero. You start using natural blocks that you have already heard and spoken many times. Real conversations also teach you short answers. Many learners think they must speak long English to sound fluent. This is not true. Natural speakers often use short answers. They say, "Sure, of course, not really, maybe later, I think so, that's true, I'm not sure." These small phrases make conversation alive. Without them, you may sound slow or robotic. You may understand the question, but you may not know how to respond quickly. Shadowing real conversations gives you these small answers again and again. After some practice, they start coming out of your mouth naturally. This is a big step because fluency is not only long sentences. Fluency is also quick, natural reaction. Another important thing real conversations teach is emotion. English is not flat. English has feeling. When someone is surprised, the voice changes. When someone is interested, the voice goes up. When someone is serious, the voice becomes slower. When someone is friendly, the voice becomes warm. If you only read sentences silently, you miss this. But when you shadow real conversations, you copy the feeling. You learn how to sound polite, excited, confused, or relaxed. This is very important because people do not only listen to your words. They also listen to your tone. If your tone is too flat, your English may sound unnatural, even if your grammar is correct. Shadowing helps you speak with life. Real conversations also teach hidden English. Hidden English means the small phrases that make speaking smooth. Phrases like, "let me see," "you know," "I mean, actually," "that sounds good," "what do you think?" "Can you repeat that?" and "I understand." These phrases are small, but they are very useful. They give you time to think. They help you continue the conversation. They make you sound more natural. Many beginners ignore these phrases because they look too simple. But simple phrases are the backbone of real speaking. You do not need to impress people with difficult words. You need to communicate clearly, naturally, and confidently. Graded reader conversations are especially useful for beginners because they are real but not too difficult. They give you daily life English in a simple form. This is exactly what a beginner needs. If the conversation is too hard, you will stop. If the speed is too fast, you will feel weak. If the words are too advanced, you will spend all your energy translating. But if the conversation is graded, you can understand it, repeat it, shadow it, and use it. This builds confidence. Confidence is not built by suffering with impossible material. Confidence is built by practicing material that is a little challenging but still possible. You should choose conversations that match your life. If you are a student, shadow conversations about school, study, exams, friends, and daily routine. If you work, shadow conversations about office, meetings, customers, and time. If you want travel English, shadow airport, hotel, restaurant, and shopping conversations. If you want general fluency, shadow daily life conversations. The more real the situation feels, the faster your brain connects English with life. This is very important. You do not want English to live only in your notebook. You want English to live in your day. You want to hear a phrase and think, I can use this with someone. That is when English becomes practical. So stop wasting all your time on random disconnected sentences. They have their place, but they are not enough. Real conversations train your listening, speaking, rhythm, reaction, emotion, and confidence together. They show you how English works between people. They teach you what to say and how to say it. And when you shadow them, you do not only learn English, you rehearse real life before real life happens. That is powerful. Now the next question is simple. How should a beginner shadow one conversation step by step? This is what you will learn now. Chapter 4. The simple shadowing method for beginners. Now let us make shadowing very simple. Do not make it complicated. Do not think you need a long lesson, a perfect accent, or 1 full hour every day. You need a short, real conversation, your ears, your mouth, and honest repetition. The best shadowing practice for beginners starts with a short conversation of 30 seconds to 1 minute. Yes, only 30 seconds to 1 minute. Some learners make a big mistake. They choose a long 20-minute video and try to shadow everything. After 2 minutes, they become tired. After 5 minutes, they stop. Then they say, shadowing is too hard. No, shadowing is not too hard. Your material is too long. Start small. A small conversation repeated many times is stronger than a long video touched only once. The first step is to listen for meaning. Play the conversation one time without speaking. Just listen. Do not panic if you do not understand every word. Try to understand the main idea. Ask yourself simple questions. Who is speaking? Where are they? What are they talking about? Is the conversation friendly, serious, or casual? This step is important because shadowing without meaning becomes empty sound. You should know what you are saying. You do not need a perfect translation. You need a clear general understanding. When your brain understands the situation, your voice becomes more natural. The second step is to listen with the text if you have it. Read the conversation while listening. Look at the words. Notice how the speaker says them. Sometimes English spelling and English sound are different. You may see a word in the text, but the speaker says it faster or joins it with another word. For example, what do you want may sound like what do you want in fast speech. As a beginner, you do not need to copy very fast speech immediately, but you should begin to notice that English words connect. This noticing is very powerful. It slowly trains your ears for real English. The third step is line-by-line repetition. Play one line, pause, and repeat. Speak clearly. Do not speak only inside your head. Do not move your lips silently. Use your voice. Your mouth must work. If the line is, I had a very busy morning, repeat it slowly and clearly. Then repeat it again with better rhythm. Then repeat it again with more confidence. This is where your mouth starts learning. If a word feels difficult, repeat only that word 3 or 4 times. Then put it back into the sentence. Do not run away from difficult sounds. Face them. Train them. Make your mouth stronger. The fourth step is slow shadowing. Play the conversation and speak just after the speaker. You may be 1 second behind. That is okay. You are still following the voice. Try to copy the rise and fall of the sentence. Try to copy the pause. Try to copy the feeling. If the speaker sounds friendly, You sound friendly. If the speaker asks a question, your voice should sound like a question. This is how you stop speaking like a robot. Many learners pronounce words correctly but still sound unnatural because their voice has no rhythm. Shadowing fixes this slowly. The fifth step is real shadowing. Now you speak at the same time as the audio or almost at the same time. Do not stop for every mistake. Keep moving. This step trains fluency. Real conversation does not wait for you to become perfect. You must learn to continue even when you miss a word. If you miss one word, catch the next word. If you fall behind, continue from the next sentence. This teaches your brain not to freeze. Freezing is one of the biggest problems in speaking. Shadowing teaches you movement. And movement is important because fluent speaking is not perfect speaking. Fluent speaking is continuing. The sixth step is recording your voice. Many learners hate this step because they do not like hearing their own voice. But this step is powerful. Record yourself shadowing the conversation for 1 minute. Then listen. Do not insult yourself. Do not say, "My English is bad." That is useless. Instead, notice one thing. Maybe your voice is too low. Maybe one word is unclear. Maybe your speed is too slow. Maybe your rhythm is improving. Choose one small thing and improve it next time. This makes practice intelligent. You are not just repeating blindly. You are training with awareness. Here is the strong truth. One short conversation repeated 20 times is better than 20 different videos watched one time. Many learners are addicted to new lessons. Every day they search for a new video, new method, new teacher, new trick. But they never master one piece of English. Do not be that learner. Choose one simple conversation and stay with it until it becomes easy. Repeat it until your mouth can say it without fear. Repeat it until the phrases feel familiar. Repeat it until you can speak with the rhythm. This is how real progress happens. Not by jumping everywhere, but by going deep. So your beginner shadowing method is clear. Listen for meaning. Read and listen. Repeat line by line. Shadow slowly. Shadow with the audio. Record your voice. Improve one small thing. This is simple, but it is powerful if you do it daily. Do not wait for motivation. Build a routine. Do not wait until you feel confident. Confidence comes after practice, not before practice. And when you repeat real conversations this way, something amazing starts happening. You do not only improve pronunciation, you start building natural speaking habits. Chapter 5. How Shadowing Builds. Natural speaking habits. Natural speaking habits are built when your brain and mouth meet the same useful English patterns again and again. At first, English feels slow because you are trying to build every sentence from zero. You think of your language first, then you translate, then you worry about grammar, then you worry about pronunciation. By the time you want to speak, the moment is gone. This is why many learners know English but cannot use it quickly. Their brain is working too hard. Shadowing helps because it gives your brain ready-made patterns. You repeat natural sentences so many times that your mouth begins to remember them. For example, if you shadow a conversation about daily routine, you may repeat sentences like, "I usually wake up early," "I have breakfast at 7," "I go to work by bus," "I come back home in the evening," and "I feel tired but happy." These sentences are simple, but if you repeat them many times, they become speaking blocks. Later, when someone asks, "What do you do every day?" you do not need to create everything from zero. Your brain already has patterns. You can say, "I usually wake up early," or "I come back home in the evening." This is how fluency grows. Fluency is not always about knowing more words. Sometimes fluency is about using simple words faster and better. Shadowing also trains your mouth muscles. Yes, your mouth needs training. English sounds may be different from the sounds in your language. Some words need your tongue in a new position. Some sounds need your lips to move differently. Some sentences need your breath to continue longer. If you only read silently, your mouth does not learn this. But when you shadow, your mouth practices again and again. The first day may feel strange. The second day may feel a little easier. After 1 week, the same sentence may feel natural. This is not luck. This is muscle memory. Your mouth is learning the movement of English. Natural speaking habits also come from rhythm. English has a rhythm. Some words are strong. Some words are weak. Some words are fast. Some words are slow. Beginners often speak every word with the same force. This makes English sound flat and difficult to understand. When you shadow real conversations, you hear how the speaker gives stress to important words. For example, in the sentence, "I really need your help," the speaker may stress really, need, and help. You begin to feel which words carry meaning. This helps your speaking sound more natural. You do not need to study rhythm from a difficult textbook. You can feel it by copying real voices. Shadowing also reduces translation. Translation is one of the biggest enemies of natural speaking. When you translate every sentence in your head, your speaking becomes slow. You may know the answer, but you cannot say it at the right time. Shadowing trains you to connect English directly with meaning and sound. When you repeat "How was your day?" again and again, you do not translate every word forever. The full question becomes one unit in your mind. When you repeat "It was busy, but it was good," that full answer becomes one speaking block. This is how you begin to think in English in small pieces. You do not suddenly think in perfect English one day. You build it piece by piece. Another powerful habit shadowing builds is confidence. Many learners are afraid of their own voice in English. They feel shy, they feel strange. They think everyone will laugh. But when you shadow daily, you hear yourself speaking English again and again. Your own English voice becomes familiar to you. This is very important. If your own English voice feels strange to you, you will feel nervous when speaking with others. But if you practice every day, your voice becomes normal. You begin to think, "I can speak. Maybe not perfectly, but I can speak." This feeling is important because confidence is not created by wishing. Confidence is created by evidence. Every day you shadow, you give yourself evidence that you can speak English. Shadowing is like music practice. A musician does not become good by only reading music theory. A musician practices the same notes again and again. At first, the fingers move slowly. Then they move better. Then they move naturally. English speaking is similar. You are training your mouth to play the music of English. Sentences are like notes. Rhythm is like melody. Emotion is like expression. If you practice once, nothing big happens. If you practice daily, your speaking becomes smoother. This comparison is important because it shows you that repetition is not a punishment. Repetition is the path to skill. Many learners hate repetition because they want fast results. They say, I already listened to this conversation. Why should I repeat it? Because listening once only touches your brain. Repeating many times builds a habit. If you want natural speaking, you need repeated practice. You cannot build a strong habit with one weak attempt. A conversation must become familiar. The phrases must become easy. The rhythm must enter your mouth. This is why serious learners improve faster than lazy learners. Serious learners repeat. Lazy learners only watch and hope. Hope is not a method. Practice is a method. So when you shadow real conversations, you are doing much more than copying audio. You are building speaking blocks. You are training mouth muscles. You are learning rhythm. You are reducing translation. You are building confidence. You are creating natural habits. This is why shadowing can change your English if you stay consistent. But now you need a daily routine, because without a routine, even the best method becomes useless. In the final chapter, you will learn a simple daily shadowing plan that any beginner can follow. Chapter 6. Your daily shadowing routine for real progress. Now let us turn everything into a daily routine. Because knowing a method is not enough. Many learners know good methods, but they do not use them. They watch one video, feel excited, and then do nothing. Do not be that learner. If you want real progress, you need a small routine that you can repeat every day. You do not need 3 hours. You do not need perfect silence. You do not need expensive classes. You need 10 to 20 minutes of honest practice. This is enough to start changing your speaking habits if you do it consistently. Your daily routine should begin with one short graded conversation. Do not choose a new conversation every 5 minutes. Choose one conversation and stay with it. The conversation should be simple and useful. It may be about introducing yourself, talking about your day, asking for help, ordering food, going shopping, meeting a friend, or talking about your family. These topics are not childish. These topics are real life. Beginners need strong control over simple real-life English before they run after advanced English. If you cannot talk about your day smoothly, do not worry about difficult business words yet. Build the foundation first. On day 1, your goal is understanding and slow repetition. Listen to the conversation 2 or 3 times. Read the text if you have it. Repeat each line slowly. Focus on clear pronunciation. Do not rush. Do not try to sound fast. Fast speaking with weak control is not fluency. It is confusion. Speak slowly, clearly, and confidently. If a sentence is difficult, break it into small parts. For example, if the sentence is, I wanted to call you, but I was very busy, you can practice it like this. I wanted to call you. Then, but I was very busy. Then say the full sentence. This makes hard sentences easier. On day 2, your goal is rhythm. Now you already understand the conversation, so you can focus on how it sounds. Play the audio and copy the speaker's rhythm. Notice where the speaker pauses. Notice which words are stronger. Notice how questions go up or down. Speak with more feeling. If the line is friendly, sound friendly. If the line is surprised, sound surprised. If the line is serious, sound serious. This step is very important because natural English is not dead English. It has life. Your voice must carry meaning, not only words. On day 3, your goal is shadowing and memory. Play the conversation and speak with the audio. Then try to say some lines without looking at the text. Do not worry if you forget. Look again, repeat again, and try again. This is how your brain learns. You can also record yourself for 1 minute. Listen to your recording and compare it with the original audio. Do not be cruel to yourself. You are learning. But also do not be lazy. Notice one thing to improve. Maybe one word is unclear. Maybe your voice is too flat. Maybe you stop too much. Choose one small target and improve it. After 3 days, you can move to a new conversation or continue the same one if it is still difficult. This 3-day method is powerful. Day 1 is understanding. Day 2 is rhythm. Day 3 is confidence and memory. This stops you from jumping too quickly. It also stops you from getting bored because every day has a different focus. You are not just repeating like a robot, you are improving step by step. This is how serious learners work. You can also use a simple weekly plan. Practice 5 days a week and review on the 6th day. On the review day, choose 2 or 3 old conversations and shadow them again. This will show you your progress. A conversation that felt difficult last week may feel easier now. That feeling will motivate you. Progress is not always loud. Sometimes progress is quiet. One sentence becomes easier. One phrase comes faster. One sound becomes clearer. One answer comes without translation. These small wins become big fluency over time. You must also protect your mind from negative thoughts. Some days you will feel slow. Some days your pronunciation will sound bad. Some days you will forget easy words. This is normal. Do not turn one bad practice day into a full stop. A bad day is not failure. Quitting is failure. Every fluent speaker passed through slow speaking, wrong pronunciation, and hesitation. Nobody was born speaking perfect English. They practiced, they repeated, they made mistakes. They continued. You must do the same. Your job is not to be perfect today. Your job is to practice today. And please remember this. You do not need to wait for confidence before speaking. Speak first, and confidence will come later. Many learners say, "I will speak when I become confident." No, that is the wrong order. You become confident because you speak. You become confident because you hear your own voice. You become confident because your mouth starts obeying you. Shadowing gives you a safe place to build that confidence. You can practice alone first. Then you can speak with others more easily. So start today. Choose one short, real conversation. Listen to it. Repeat it. Shadow it. Record it. Improve one small thing. Do it again tomorrow. This is not a fancy method. This is a real method. If you do it daily, your English will begin to move from your notebook into your mouth. You will stop being only a listener. You will become a speaker. And that is the real goal. Now tell me in the comments, will you start shadowing real English conversations from today? Write, "Yes, I will practice," in the comments, so I know you are serious. If this video helped you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon for more simple English practice videos. Do not just watch and leave. Take one short conversation today and start speaking with it. Your English will not change by waiting. Your English will change when you train your mouth every day.